Search for a permanent New Orleans police superintendent. Another big story we're covering today. Olivia Vidal is live outside Gallier Hall with the next steps in this process. Olivia.
Hey, Liz, that's right. The city says out of 33 candidates for the next superintendent of the New Orleans Police Department, the outside organization it hired for this search whittled down that list to 6 semi-finalists. Now, of the 6, only one is an internal candidate, and that's current NOPD interim superintendent Michelle Woodfork. The city brought on the International Association of Chiefs of Police, or IACP, to lead the search. Here are their top contenders for the NOPD's next superintendent. First, interim superintendent Michelle Woodfork is a 31-year veteran on the NOPD and became the first black woman to lead the department. Cedric Andres is a graduate of SUNA with 31 years of law enforcement experience and recently stepped down as police chief in Henderson, Nevada. Ann Kirkpatrick was the first female police chief of the Oakland, California Police Department and a former chief of the Spokane, Washington Police Department. There's also David Franklin, a former longtime captain with the Texas Department of Public Safety. Jared Phelps, a lieutenant colonel with the Prince William County Police Department outside of Washington, D.C. And finally, Deshaun Beaufort, who currently leads the detective division of the Philadelphia Police Department. Now, Beaufort also ran internal affairs until 2021, when the Philadelphia Inquirer reported he was involved in a road rage incident while off duty. City officials say this selection is crucial.
IACP has done an incredible job. They have been methodical, they've been complex. I think we have been provided an incredible list of candidates, and I believe and I'm excited for the next 2 days to personally meet with all of them, amongst some of my peers as well as the external stakeholders.
Interviews are happening today and they will go into Friday. The candidates will meet with business and city leaders. Now, after this, once the list is whittled down to the finalists, it'll make its way to Mayor LaToya Cantrell's desk. From there, she'll select, she'll choose her selection, and then it will go before the New Orleans City Council for it to be confirmed. But for now, reporting Olivia Vidal, Fox 8, Local First.